just because I'm presenting this course and I speak about performance chemistry, sometimes there's an assumption that a speaker or a facilitator or teacher actually does what they're talking about accurately, 100%, all the time. I'm French by heritage, so my family live in Champagne in France, and I've always been brought up with an understanding that food is to be enjoyed. So I'm balanced, but I also understand that I can't drink as much champagne as I'd like and eat as much cheese and baguettes and chocolate and manage my energy and performance and engagement and my physique. So what I do is I implement the 80-20 principle. You may have heard about this principle in work context, but in health and lifestyle context, I think it works well. And what it implies is that 80% of the time, if you follow the Wellculator, as I do, then 20% of the time, if you don't, it doesn't really matter. You're still going to get the results that you're looking for. So the strategic refueling, I try and do this 80% of the time. And so what I do is, ideally, you would wake up in the morning and have a balanced breakfast within 2 hours of waking. And we'll take a look at some breakfast ideas on how to make that happen in another module. Then, every 2 to 3 hours, I have what I call strategic snacks close at hand. So as I mentioned earlier, I was in my car traveling up to Manchester, and a 2-hour trip became a 4.5-hour trip. And if I did not have snacks in my environment, I would have had nothing to eat. My blood sugar would have dropped. I would have been irritable and just not feeling myself or energetic, and possibly overeaten the next time that I had a chance to eat. So when you have the right kind of snacks in your environment, that could be your car, your laptop bag, your desk drawer, your handbag, it helps you to be able to manage your own energy at those times where you perhaps can't manage what's happening around you. So every 2 or 3 hours, I tend to have a strategic snack. I'm not always able to stop and have lunch, although if you are able to, if you're working in an office and you're able to leave your desk, I highly recommend that you do this. There's some science and research showing that people that leave their desk rather than eating at their desk actually come back and are more productive and engaged. So having a break, if you're able to walk, if you can get some sunlight and fresh air, even better, and then actually enjoy your meal. So strategic snacking can help you, especially in the late afternoon. I find that a lot of us, we may have breakfast, we may grab some kind of lunch, but then we have a long gap, 6, 7, maybe even 8 hours before we eat dinner or supper again. And that's when most of us are paying the price, because we're eating too much far too late in the day, just before we're about to go to bed. We don't need all that energy at that time in the day. I worked with a really difficult client once. He was Afrikaans. Now in South Africa, if you know the Afrikaans culture, it's food plays a big part of it, and they generally eat a lot of meat. So there would be red meat at every meal, 2 starches, sugar and buttered vegetables, lots of sauce. So basically he said to me, Celine, I'm not changing what I eat. I enjoy my food, and I'm not having steamed vegetables and fish. So what we agreed was that on his commute, on his way back home, he would eat a strategic snack. So what happened after he did this was, because he had eaten something light on his way back home, when he got home, he wasn't as starving and famished. So despite eating an unhealthy meal, he was able to eat less of it. And by doing that, he managed to lose 3.7 kilos, which is about 8 pounds. So I don't know, you might want to lose 8 pounds. And sometimes it's not about what you need to cut out. It's about what's missing. Because maybe it is just an afternoon, strategically timed snack that can help you and have a great ripple effect and help you to potentially eat less at your evening meal without distancing yourself from the rest of the family or eating a way of eating that you actually don't enjoy. So strategic snacking is key. The first step is to set your environment up for success. And in the next video, I'm going to take you through some strategic snack ideas, because I don't want you to leave after watching this video and have a chocolate or a packet of crisps every 2 hours. That would not be strategic. A strategic snack it's well timed. So you use it to manage your energy throughout the day. It is placed strategically, so it's in your environment when you need it. By the way, I'm not implying that every night when you get home, you need to pack a bag and think about everything you want to do the next day. For a lot of us, we just don't have the time or the energy to do that. So strategic snacking is also about maybe just once a month or once every 2 weeks, you make sure that you've got some snacks in your desk drawer, in your handbag, in your car, in your office, in your travel bag. So you might have a week where you don't use them, but that 1 week where a lunch meeting doesn't serve lunch, I've had that happen to me a lot, or there's nothing except biscuits, or you're stuck in a traffic jam, you are able to make a smart choice. Take a look at the next video to get some ideas around smart snacking and strategic snacking.